Hey, it's Chloe. Welcome to English Speak, your quick podcast for better English every day. Have you ever felt like your days are just disappearing, but your life is not really moving forward?
That's the scary part. Most people don't even notice it happening.
What do you mean?
No one wakes up and says, I will waste my life today. It happens slowly, almost silently.
Slowly?
Yes, 1 hour of scrolling becomes 2, then 3. One, I'll do it later, becomes days, then weeks.
So it's not one big mistake?
No, it's thousands of small delays that feel harmless in the moment.
But people think they still have time, right?
Exactly. They always say, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow keeps moving further away.
That sounds dangerous because it feels normal.
That's the trap. It doesn't feel like failure. It feels like comfort.
Comfort?
Yes, and comfort is dangerous because it feels safe, but it stops growth.
So people think they're resting, but they're actually staying stuck?
Exactly. Rest becomes a lifestyle, not a break.
Then why do some people still improve while others stay the same?
It comes down to moments, small decisions every single day.
Like what kind of decisions?
Watch another video or practice. Make an excuse or take action. That's it.
That simple?
Simple, but not easy, because most people choose comfort without thinking.
So motivation isn't enough?
Not even close. Motivation disappears. Discipline stays.
So successful people just act even when they don't feel like it?
Exactly. They don't wait for the perfect mood. They just start.
Then the difference between success and regret is just small choices?
Yes, repeated every single day for years.
That's scary because it means people are shaping their future right now.
They are. Even this moment is a choice.
But most people blame other things, like time or opportunities.
Because it's easier than accepting responsibility.
So what's the truth?
The truth is, you are not stuck, you are repeating.
Repeating?
The same habits, the same actions, the same results.
Then if habits built your life, they can also change it?
Exactly. That's the powerful part and the painful part.
So what should someone do if they realize they're wasting time?
That's where everything changes, but most people get it wrong here.
Why?
Because they try to fix everything at once and fail fast.
So what's the real first step?
That's what we'll break down in part 2, the exact system to stop wasting your life starting today.
And once you understand it, you can't go back to how you used to think.
Exactly, and that's when change actually begins.
In the last part, we talked about something uncomfortable, that most people are not stuck in life. They are just repeating the same habits every single day.
And the hardest truth is this: once you see it, you can't ignore it anymore. The question is not, why am I failing? The real question is, what am I repeating?
So let's get straight to it. If someone realizes they've been wasting time, what should they actually do first?
First, stop trying to change your whole life at once. That's the biggest mistake. People get motivated for one day, then burn out the next.
So big changes don't work?
Not at the start. Big changes feel powerful, but they're not sustainable. Real change starts small, almost too small to notice.
Give me an example.
Instead of saying, I will study 5 hours a day, start with 20 minutes. Instead of, I will become disciplined, start with one small task you refuse to skip.
That sounds almost too easy.
Exactly, and that's why it works. Your brain doesn't resist small change. It resists overwhelming change.
So it's not about intensity, it's about consistency.
Yes, consistency beats intensity every single time, because intensity fades, but consistency builds identity.
Identity.
Yes, when you repeat something long enough, you stop saying, I'm trying, and start saying, I am.
So like, I am someone who studies instead of I will study.
Exactly. That shift changes everything, because now it's not about motivation anymore. It's about who you are.
But what about distractions like phone, social media, procrastination?
You don't fight distractions with willpower. You remove access. If your phone is the problem, you don't negotiate with it. You limit it.
That's actually hard to do.
Yes, because comfort fights back. But remember, your current life is built by your current habits. If you don't change the environment, nothing changes.
So environment matters more than motivation?
Way more. Your environment decides 50% of your behavior without you even thinking.
Then what about discipline? People always say, just be disciplined.
Discipline is not magic. It's built. You don't wake up disciplined. You become disciplined by repeating small promises to yourself.
Like what kind of promises?
Simple ones. Wake up at a set time. Study for 10 minutes even when you don't feel like it. Finish small tasks instead of delaying them.
So every time you keep a small promise, you build discipline.
Exactly. And every time you break one, you weaken it. That's why small actions matter more than big intentions.
I think people don't realize how much their small choices control their future.
They don't, because small choices don't feel important in the moment, but they decide everything in the long term.
At this point, everything comes together. Your habits, your focus, your choices, it all decides the direction of your life.
And the truth is, nothing changes until you decide it changes. Not tomorrow, not next week, but in the moment you become aware.
Because time will keep moving either way.
Yes, whether you act or not, time will still pass. The only difference is what you become while it passes.
So the real question is not, do I have time?
It's what am I doing with the time I already have?
And if someone feels like they've wasted a lot already,
Then the best moment to restart is still right now. Not perfect, not ideal, just now.
because small actions today can completely change your future self.
Exactly. One decision repeated daily becomes a new life.
So don't wait for motivation.
Build discipline, build focus, build your habits, and your life will follow.
And that's where we end today's conversation.
Thank you for staying until the end. If this message reached you at the right time, don't ignore it.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like this video.
And subscribe to English Speak with Chloe for more episodes that help you think, grow, and improve your English and your life.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and start today, not tomorrow.